Hi, this is Scott. Welcome back to another Hollinger Team video blog. This is the middle of the year, so we've got the mid-year recap for 2022. And we'll start out with overall in the valley here in Flathead and Lake County, overall activity. So far this year, there's been 1,064 homes sold this year compared to 1,415 last year. So a pretty dramatic drop in the number of home sales, but also a pretty dramatic increase in the average price. It's gone from $660,000 last year average to $843,000 this year. So we're going to see throughout this update similar circumstances where the number of transactions have gone down, but the price has gone up, or average price has gone up. Right now there's 789 homes for sale. That's down quite a bit from past years, but still a fair number of homes. There's 357 pending sales, so good volume of pending sales, but the pace is still, at least the number of transactions is still off from last year. Land sales, same kind of story there too. There's 448 lot sales so far this year, vacant land sales, compared to 879 from the last year, so basically half. But also it went from 279,000 average to 412, so not quite double, but pushing double. Almost 500 vacant properties for sale right now and 133 pending sales. So overall in the valley, kind of interesting numbers. If we get on to the lakes, we start out with Flathead Lake. Number of homes that have sold this year are down. There are 16 homes sold this year so far compared to 28 last year. There's 4 pending sales and there's 25 active listings. So limited inventory and price certainly is up. The lowest home for sale, the lowest price of a home for sale at Flathead Lake right now is $1,200,000. The highest one is $72 million, which is an unfinished home on Cromwell Island, including the whole island. The lake condos, Flathead Lake condos, it's been plugging along, pretty steady pace, not a lot of availability, but 18 sold last year, 17 this year, so pretty consistent there. There's 4 pending sales and only 11 currently on the market for sale as far as condominiums go. When we go to Flathead Lake vacant land, pretty consistent there too. Although there's a fair number of properties for sale. There's 18 vacant properties for sale, so that's a pretty good number compared to the number of transactions, which this year is so far been 10, and last year was 9, so pretty consistent. Only 2 pending sales on vacant lots on Flathead Lake. If we go over and look at Echo Lake and Blaine, pretty much not much to share there. No solds last year for homes. 1 sold this year on Echo Lake. There's 1 for sale on Echo and there's 1 for sale on Lake Blaine, and no pending sales. So all the small lakes, we're going to see very limited number of properties to talk about there. On the land side, there's been 1 sale on Echo, and 1 active listing on Echo. There are no solds on Blaine, and no pending. So no sales last year on those lakes, 1 this year on vacant land. So not much to share. Even when there's 1 sale, doesn't necessarily show it trending or anything like that. Swan Lake is a lot like that also. We've got 3 active homes offered on the lake. We've got 3 vacant lots being offered on the lake. This year, 1 home is sold. No vacant properties have sold. Last year, 2 homes sold and 1 vacant property sold. And there are no pending sales on Swan Lake. Swan River, pretty much the same. Five sales this year, so a pretty good number of sales compared to 7 last year, so a decent pace there. There's 1 pending sale. Land-wise, there's 3 sales this year compared to 2 last year. I'm sorry, this is land. 3 sales this year compared to 2 last year. There's 1 pending, and there's 3 currently on the market. So, and when we get out west of town to Ashley, Bitterroot, McGregor, there's again not much. We've got a pending sale out on Ashley on vacant land. There's been 2 sales of vacant land on Ashley compared with 2 last year. On the home side, there's been 1 sale this year compared to last year. No pending sales on homes. And on Ashley, there's only one home currently on the market, and no vacant properties at all on the market on Ashley. Bitterroot's about the same. 2 sales this year. Last year, 3 on homes. No pending sales. 1 active home. On land, 1 active home. No vacant lot sales compared with 1 last year, and nothing's pending there. So we just are in I call it a transactional recession is what I call it, where there's plenty of buyers, but there's nothing to sell, which is kind of the opposite of when we have everybody trying to sell everything and no buyers. But that's just kind of the situation we have, and it'll be interesting to see how it changes. Out of McGregor Lake, there's been 2 home sales so far this year. There's been 1 that was sold last year. There's 1 pending sale out on McGregor, and there's 1 active listing. So a fair amount of activity out on McGregor. Also, land on McGregor is total zeros, goose eggs the whole way. Nothing sold this year, last year, nothing pending, no active listings. If we come back towards Kalispell on Foy's Lake, there's been 1 sale this year compared with 1 last year. There's no pending sales, and there's 1 active listing on Foy's. No vacant properties. If we go down south to the southwest to Lake Mary Ronan, there's been sales, there's been activity in the past there, but right now there's no homes that have sold this year. 1 sold last year. There are, however, 3 homes for sale on Lake Mary Ronan, and so we might see that show up a little bit later. Right now there's no pending sales, but I would expect as the year evolves we'll see those probably fall into the pending category. And land, all goose eggs there. No listings, no sales, no pending this year or last year. Whitefish Lake is stated a pretty steady pace too. 6 sales this year compared with 9 last year, so it's fallen off, but there's only 3 active listings. It's pretty hard to keep pace with last year if there isn't anything for sale. And no pendings on homes on Whitefish Lake right now. There's 1 active listing in vacant land on Whitefish, but no pending on vacant. No sales on vacant compared with last year. There was 1 vacant land sale so far this year on Whitefish. Anyhow, shoot me questions about what you think or what questions you have about the market. We just have a very strong market, very, very little for sale. We may see some of that change as the year evolves here. That'll be a good thing to compare to come the 3rd quarter of this year. Thank you very much for watching the Hollinger Team video blog. Please subscribe if you haven't, and forward this on to your friends, and look forward to your comments and questions.